When I say the word narcissist, what pops into your head? Someone who is attention hungry, someone who doesn't take no for an answer, or someone who cannot put others' needs before their own to save their life. Well, you're not wrong. Narcissism, unfortunately, also comes in so many other shapes, colors, and sizes. And for the benefit of this video, let's talk about a popular dichotomy that exists on the narcissism spectrum: the overt narcissist versus the covert narcissist. Imagine yourself getting ready for your first day at your new office. It's not exactly your dream job, but you're still pretty excited. You feel nervous, but also prepared. However, as soon as you enter, you're met with this.
All right, everyone, gird your loin.
Oh, hi.
You have no style or sense of fashion.
Well, I think that depends on what you're...
No. That wasn't a question.
And if you haven't guessed already,
I'm talking about Miranda Priestly from The Devil Wears Prada.
the Dragon Lady at the helm of Runway, a premier international fashion magazine, and a classic covert narcissist. Even without me analyzing Miranda, we all kind of see it, right? She expects the whole world to fall at her feet, does not respect her employees' time or opinions, and she cannot ever, under any circumstance, have things not go her way. Her self-confidence is inflated to the point of abrasive arrogance. She exerts her dominance in every room she walks into and is almost always surrounded by a swarm of sycophants. Nothing about Miranda's personality is understated or shy. Her own opinion and well-being is her first and last priority, and she uses her magazine, Runway, to justify the stance. Listen to what the screenwriter of the film had to say about the creation of The Devil Wears Prada.
But what she's telling herself is this is what's best for Runway, and what's best for Runway is best for fashion, and what's best for fashion is what's best for everybody.
The well-being and happiness of the people around her is the least of her concerns, if at all. And she's able to sustain her position and status as top dog at Runway because she has the textbook charisma of a grandiose narcissist. Be it her spine-chilling stare, the searing taunts she throws around ever so casually.
I said to myself, go ahead. Take a chance. Hire the smart fat girl.
Or the way she shuts down a conversation with a cold, "That's all."
That's all.
Union, which explodes the
That's all.
exploitation.
That's all.
All of this is to say a grandiose or overt narcissist wears their narcissism almost like it's a badge of honor. They can do nothing wrong in their eyes, even if holding this belief means being disconnected from reality.
Please, it's just, I don't know, drizzling.
It is this delusional self-image that gives the grandiose narcissist its name. They overestimate their capabilities, exhibit unusually high levels of self-esteem, and need to dominate their relationships. And these three traits come together to create a character who views oneself not just as infallible, but also invincible. The grandiose narcissist, however, is entitled to but one saving grace. They have nothing to hide. They are infuriatingly arrogant, shamelessly self-assured, and completely delusional. But all their cards are on the table, and they always have the winning hand, one way or another. But what if they were inclined to cover their tracks wherever they went, or used your worst fears or deepest secrets to dominate you? What if they used their need for dominance for quiet revenge instead of publicly defeating you? What if they were one person but pretended to be a whole other person just to gain the upper hand?
Amy Dunne is a vulnerable narcissist who sneaks up on you when you least expect it.
She may be hostile on the inside, but she couldn't be sweeter on the outside. She is disturbingly insecure from within, but gives you an image of porcelain perfection. The seed of Amy's covert narcissism was sown, like most vulnerable narcissists, in her childhood. Her parents, especially her mother, held Amy up to unrealistic standards for a child, and To be honest, frankly for adults. Amy's mother was the author of the Amazing Amy series, where the titular character named after her own daughter was the picture of poised perfection. Amazing Amy shined in every way the real Amy didn't. The experience traumatized young Amy in two big ways. First, she never felt like she was enough. The pedestal that her parents put Amy on would now be what the real Amy will fight for her whole life. Second, she learned that her real lived experiences were secondary to the story of her life. She too could construct a convincing narrative where she never messes up and always maintains control and power, just like her parents did. When you look at it this way, you're able to see why Amy turned out to be the cold, calculated villain we know her to be. This is what primarily differentiates a covert narcissist from an overt one. A deep-seated sense of insecurity, and a keen awareness of it. While an overt narcissist is delusionally confident, the covert narcissist is insecure and highly defensive, to the point where they have to manipulate people and situations to suit their needs all the time. Amy always gets what she wants, and when she doesn't, she flips the narrative to suit her needs. Amy's husband, Nick, falls in love with her because she's a guy's girl, or in Amy's own words, a cool girl.
Cool girl is hot. Cool girl is game. Cool girl is fun. Cool girl never gets angry at her man. She only smiles in a chagrin-loving manner.
Everything is great in the beginning, and both Nick and Amy live in this false haze of marital bliss. Of course, the mist begins to clear when Nick turns out to be an imperfect and uninterested husband, and eventually, to Amy's diabolical dismay, a cheater. The infidelity is the last straw for an already overextended Amy, who is still trying to uphold the image of marital perfection. While Nick seems to be coming to terms with the state of their marriage, Amy cannot bear that her husband is no longer interested in the character she ever so carefully created for him. Cool girls aren't born. They're made. To a covert narcissist, that's the cardinal sin. They will only serve you for as long as you serve them. The moment you trip, you're in for a world of pain. While the overt narcissist doesn't care enough to know about you, the covert narcissist knows. They know your strengths, your weaknesses, your pain points, your likes or dislikes, and most dangerously, they know your secrets. And how do they know this? By using their secret weapon, empathy. That's right, because unlike overt narcissists, the vulnerable narcissist is capable of empathy, at least their version of it. While they can comprehend on a cerebral level what you might be feeling, they could care less about making you feel better or even helping you. Remember, the narcissist only cares about one thing, their own self. Take this quote from the book the movie was based on. I feel myself trying to be charming, and then I realize I'm obviously trying to be charming. And then I try to be even more charming to make up for the fake charm. And then I've basically turned into Liza Minnelli. I'm dancing in tights and sequins, begging you to love me. There's a bowler and jazz hands and lots of teeth. Amy weaponizes her empathy at various points in the story. Not only does she win her neighbor's sympathy through her lies about Nick, she frames her own disappearance and wins the sympathy of an entire nation. That's how emotionally intelligent a vulnerable narcissist can be. But does she want to destroy Nick and their marriage? Does she want revenge? Does she finally want to be free? Yes, yes, and yes. But as a vulnerable narcissist, she cannot just walk away with her image being tarnished. She cannot let things be messy. She needs the adulation. She needs the attention. What she needs is the comeback. And eventually she gets everything she wants, but on her terms. She gets to enact the perfect marriage and be the perfect wife once again. She also gets full control of the marriage, and Nick can never expose her truth without completely ruining his own image and career. She gets money, attention, and fulfillment from a successful rising from the ashes story. At the end, not only does she get what she wants, she drags and traps her husband, who is no saint himself, into the same hell she's lived her whole life. The mind of a narcissist.
That's marriage.
So Gun to your head, if you had to encounter one of these two narcissists in your life, which one would you prefer? The dominant and delusional overt narcissist, or the insecure and manipulative covert one? Let me know in the comments section if you like this analysis, and if you'd want me to analyze more movie characters from a psychological lens. If you suspect yourself or someone you know possesses a kernel of narcissism, our website offers a free narcissism scale to try out. Just answer a few questions and receive a detailed feedback from seasoned psychologists. Don't worry, your personal information remains just that, personal. If you or someone you love needs professional support, don't hesitate to book a session. I'm Jordan Travers. I'm a clinical director at Awake Therapy, and I'll see you next time.